What's up, YouTube? This is JP Panther back on the video. And today's video is actually a Marvel, I guess a Marvel news update. It's more of a Marvel update news kind of video, and I want to talk to you guys about this because again, I have been busy, and I've been busy with personal stuff as well. But one of my subscribers, they sent me this article, right? Again, I didn't really pay attention to this. I guess it was very niche, whatever. But this comes from exposing liberal media art bias.com, whatever it is. But it's about the Captain Marvel creator, Kelly Sue Kane. She's the Captain Marvel. She's the creator of Captain Marvel from the comic books. And she's also the writer for Captain Marvel as well. But I guess in this article, one of my subscribers, they said they want me to talk about this. And again, I've been busy, so I didn't know, what was going on. But I guess they sent it to me. So Captain Marvel, this is what it says. Captain Marvel sequel written by pro-Iranian, anti-Trump feminists. I'm like, wow, okay. And it seems like what I've read in this article, stuff like that, is that it seems like the Captain Marvel writer, she's pretty much saying that the Captain Marvel sequel will be like an anti-Trump, ultra-feminist comic book movie and stuff like that. Comic book. It's the same crap we kind of hear about over and over and over. But I'm kind of like, well, wasn't the first one kind of about that? But I guess, she wants to make it even more hardcore, a more anti-Trump message and things like that. And I'm just like, okay. I'm going to read this article and I'll give you my thoughts about it and stuff like that. So it says, apparently Disney Captain Marvel's next installment with Captain Marvel promised to be even more woke than the first outing, and it seems that it's impossible. Just know that the newly writer is an uber-feminist, pro-Iranian, in addition to being anti-Trump, talking about agenda-driven ego. I mean, this sounds like a Republican conservative website, to be honest with you guys. According to the pop culture site Sausage Roll, the sequel to the movie about everyone's favorite superhero power feminist, sorry, Wonder Woman can't corroborate, doesn't think you're woke enough, is being written by a woman who is passionate about women's rights and racial discrimination. Wow, those go hand in hand. The Captain Marvel 2 writer, Kelly Sue Kane, blah, blah, blah. And trying to read exactly what it is, man. Like, what's the whole entire thing? And it also talks about other stuff as well. Again, I'm not going to read the whole entire thing because it's really, really long. But it also is saying that, like, yeah, I forget exactly what it is. It pretty much is talking about, oh, well, it's all this other stuff and blah, blah, blah. I don't know. It just keeps going on and on and on. I'm just going to give you my quick thoughts about it. Here's the thing, right? I read, again, I will link the article in the description box down below so you guys can check it out. In my personal opinion, here's the thing, right? The Captain Marvel, what I read in the article and stuff like that, is that she says, it's going to be anti-Trump and things like that, blah, blah, blah. Same stuff we always hear over and over and over. But she also says in the article that, it's really hard as a woman to fight, to be a nerd. It's hard to be a woman. It's hard to be a woman that's a nerd in geek culture, and how the women have to fight in geek culture and stuff like that, and nerd culture. And I'm like, hold on, you gotta kind of pause for a second, because to be honest with you, and let's just keep it 100, right? With a woman being in nerd culture, there really isn't nothing against that. You feel me? It's like you're kind of trying to make up something that isn't really there. And honestly, women who are into, like, comic books and video games and stuff like that, they benefit a lot, especially when it comes to like YouTube and like Twitter and Instagram. They'll get a lot more Instagram and Twitter followers and YouTube subscribers and stuff like that than someone like me who's a black male who's into this type of stuff. But if you're a woman, you actually benefit a lot more, and it helps you a lot more, and you actually get farther if you're a woman that actually knows this geek culture stuff, and helps you in the long run when it comes to like your career and stuff like that. So women have a better opportunity if they're into this geek culture stuff to be successful than men. And it's really rare for a woman to be interested in what guys are interested. Let's just keep 100, right? It's not like sports, politics, religion is a little different, but like it's really rare for a woman to like what you like interest-wise. You feel me? Because a lot of these women, and let's be honest, my female subscribers, a lot of you guys are into Love and Hip Hop, Real Housewives, Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Love and Hip Hop, The Bachelor, Wendy Williams, all these garbage-ass feminist shows that would never make $1 billion, and none of them could ever convince a family of four to spend their hard-earned money to watch that on the big screen. So a lot of y'all know what it is. So when Kelly Sue DeConnie's talking all this stuff, it sounds like you're full of shit, and it sounds like you're just trying to make up a problem and trying to create some controversy. You're trying to create something that isn't there, and then you're trying to make it even worse. And I'm looking at this stuff, with the whole anti-Trump stuff, whatever, blah blah blah. First of all, from a business point of view, I told you I am not a Trump supporter. I actually do not like his ass. I mean, you guys already know about that. I'm pretty progressive and liberal, but you shouldn't try to alienate your audience like that, because you want to try to get as many people into the movie theaters like that. Because look at Rise of Skywalker. They alienated a lot of conservatives, a lot of Star Wars fans, the Phantom Menace, and all these other groups. And look at the box office. Even though it's making $1 billion, it's limping to $1 billion. So from a business corporate point of view, I don't know why Disney's just allowing her to just say a bunch of stupid shit that could possibly hurt your bottom line. It can hurt you in the future, and people be like, oh, you're talking all this crap, then I just won't go spend my money to go see it. You feel me? So I don't stand from a business point of view, a corporation like Disney or Marvel isn't telling her like, yo, shut the hell up. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand why they just allow their employees to just say a bunch of dumb crap without dealing with any consequences. Or maybe they just fit with their political agenda, so they're allowed to say this type of stuff. I don't know. I'm not in Hollywood. I'm not in that world. I'm not in that bubble. So again, you gotta understand that you're trying to start something that isn't there. And also, here's the thing, right, with Captain Marvel 2, since we're on the topic, Captain Marvel 2, unlike Black Panther 2, it's going to be different, because Black Panther's been around for 50 years. He got Namor, he got Doctor Doom, he got Moses Magnum, he's got the Superhuman Revolutionaries, the X-Men and Fantastic Four, and all these other Avengers are way more connected to him than Illuminati. They're way more connected with Black Panther than is with Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel, the one that you see at least in the movie, the Kelly Sue DeConnie one, she's only been around since 2012 or 2013. She's not she's still a new character, so she doesn't have her main Rose Gallery of villains, unlike Black Panther and Iron Man and Captain America or Spider-Man. She doesn't have that type of Rose Gallery. So when your sequel comes out, you have to really, and I told you guys this before, Captain Marvel is really going to have to hold her own. She has to show, you got to come out with a better, because listen, I like the first Captain Marvel. The second one, you got to come out with a stronger script. You can't come out with no BS like what she's talking right now. You have to come out with a good villain, a good plot, and not just half-ass it and lazy it to be like, okay, we could kind of get that white feminist Me Too movement, girl power, Raylo shippers, and white feminist demographic Me Too movement audience, and we could just half-ass it and then put it 1 month before Avengers Endgame, make a bunch of money, and we're good. No, this upcoming phase 4, phase 5, it's almost like it's almost like standalone-ish kind of. Even though it's going to connect to the universe, it's going to kind of show you yo, you got to kind of hold your own. You feel me? You're not going to have another Avengers to backpedal on. And the problem is that people be like, okay, I don't need to see your sequel to understand what happens in the next Avengers movie. Because that's the problem with Marvel and Disney screw themselves over. Because as much as I like Captain Marvel, they kind of shot themselves in the foot with Captain Marvel a little bit. Because the way they pumped up Captain Marvel up with the Avengers Infinity War, with the post-credits, whatever, and then you have to see a movie to understand what happens in Endgame. And when you watch Endgame, she's barely in the movie. She's barely in the movie. She's in there from the beginning and then at the end. And that's it. It's why would you do that? Black Panther had more of a bigger role in Infinity War than in Captain Marvel. And he is, he was only in the movie for 10 minutes. At least they were in Wakanda fighting and battling. Captain Marvel was in there for like 5 minutes, if you really be honest. And then when she was there, she got her ass beat up by Thanos, grabbed the Power Stone, and boom, knocked her ass out. And then you have Scarlet Witch, who's actually, a lot of people don't understand that she's way more powerful than Captain Marvel. If you again, you guys go read House of M. There's a lot more to the character than you see on a big screen. She could destroy dimensions, manipulate time, like create mutants, create life. There's a lot more interest. There's a lot more interest and a lot more things around her than Captain Marvel, to be honest with you. And actually, she's actually way more powerful and more dangerous than Captain Marvel. But the thing is, really, Scarlet Witch, she doesn't fit with that feminist, Me Too movement, SJW agenda, where Captain Marvel fits with that SJW feminist agenda. And technically, Captain Marvel is a white feminist Superman type character. You know what I mean? And Scarlet Witch is powerful as well, but she's more of like a sorcerer type character. Kind of like a Harry Potter, dark magician type character, you feel me? That's Scarlet Witch. So, or dark magician girl. So she's that type of character compared to Captain Marvel. But again, I just feel like Kelly Sue DeConnick needs to be careful what she says. I do think that if they do a Captain Marvel 2, you have to really come out with a good script and not come out with no BS. And it will show you that Captain Marvel, even like, for example, like, even though she made all that money, and again, I'm happy she made all that money, stuff like that, it shows you that she has to really hold her own. Like, I'm not sure. I think it'll hit $1 billion, but I don't think it will do what they. It might be like another Star Wars like trilogy sequel. Like, you know, I think Star Wars Disney trilogy sequel, where the first one makes a lot of money, the second one dips down, and the third one makes a lot less. So Captain Marvel could be in that same type of boat where it's a financial disappointment in the future, because as much as Captain Marvel made all that money, you would think that they would already announce her release date, because Black Panther, they already got a release date, they got it set, they're ready, they got Namor, like, you know, they got that crap set. Captain Marvel, they're very, very shady with her movie. Like, they should at least announce her release date, or at least give us an update of like what's happening with the Captain Marvel sequel, because Phase 4 is filming. I think they're filming next month, next month or the following months, and then I think Phase 5 will probably be filming by the end of 2021, I think. I'm not sure exactly, but again, we'll see what happens. Again, this is something I really want to talk to you guys about, because my subscriber, one of my subscribers sent this article to me. And that's really it. Let me know what you guys think. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. Rate and like the video and subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Peace, and have a great day, and take care.